Hello, everyone, and welcome to our latest online event here at the University of California, Merced. My name is Jessica Taran Salazar. I use she, her, ella pronouns, and I'm the coordinator for the Ambassador Program here at UC Merced. We are so excited you can join us tonight to learn more about UC Merced's Latinx community. Before we kick things off, I'd like to start off with a couple of quick tips. If you would like to adjust your audio settings, you can do so on the lower left corner of your screen by clicking the audio settings button. If you like to adjust the size of your window, you can click on View Options in the upper portion of your screen. Lastly, and most importantly, please take advantage of our full Q&A button that is located on your screen. You will have a live question and answer session at the end of the program where we'll be able to answer questions live, as well as behind the scenes with our contact experts. Please stay tuned as we also have a student panel with students will be able to share their first-hand experience at UC Merced. Once again, my name is Jessica Taran Salazar. I'm the Ambassador Coordinator here at UC Merced, and a big welcome to you. Before we get started, I would like to take a pause to acknowledge all of the local Indigenous people, including the Yokuts and the Miwoks who inhabited this land. We embrace this continued connection to this region and thank them for allowing us to live, work, learn, and collaborate on their traditional homeland. Let us now take a moment of silence to pay respects to their elders, to all the Yukoks, all the Miwoks, past and present. Thank you. And so we do have a full hour of great stuff planned for you all today. At this time, it is my great honor and privilege to hand things over to our Vice Chancellor and Chief Diversity Officer, Dr. Saenz.
Thank you, Jessica, for that introduction, and thank you for the invitation to welcome everybody this evening. I understand I have about 5 minutes, and with that time, I'm going to share a little bit about myself and then a little bit about our school. As noted, my name is Delia Saenz. I just completed my first year here at UC Merced, where I serve as Chief Diversity Officer and Vice Chancellor for Equity, Justice, and Inclusive Excellence. I always start off by introducing myself the following way. I am a Texan by birth, a Chicana by heritage, and a social psychologist by training. Like some of you, perhaps, I was a first-generation college student when I went to school. Indeed, neither of my parents had the opportunity to go to high school, let alone college. My mom graduated from the 8th grade, and my dad had only a 5th grade education. Nonetheless, they instilled in all their children a love of discovery and education. Reading was really stressed in my family. My mom loved to read stories, and my father always had a newspaper that he was looking at on a daily basis. Also stressed in the family were excellence and the belief that we could pursue our dreams. So I have to say I owe everything that I am to the values that my parents instilled, and especially to my mom's unwavering support and belief in me. I can say she was especially influential in that among the 6 of us, me and my siblings, all of us attended college, 4 earned master's degrees, and I'm the sole holder of a doctorate, having received my degree in social psychology from Princeton University. Now, over my career, I've held faculty appointments at Arizona State University, the University of Notre Dame, and at Bennington College in Vermont, where I also served as a vice president. So as you can see, I've had experiences across a wide spectrum of schools of higher education, from community college to a very small state school to an Ivy League university, followed by a premier religious institution, and then to the largest public institution in the country. And now here I am at a medium-sized school within a very large, complex, and strong system of higher education, the UC. So why am I here? What led me to UC Merced? Well, to tell you the truth, I was attracted by the dual emphasis on excellence and opportunity. The UC system is arguably the best public system of higher education in our nation. It provides students with the opportunity to excel, and it can transform their lives. It is also fully committed to serving the diverse population of the state of California. So when you ask me why I came here, I can tell you I was attracted to the values of UC Merced, and specifically to the values of community and inclusion. They are a part of our strategic plan. And when I talk to our faculty and staff, not only do they understand, but they embrace the mission of a UC in the Central Valley. and they express tremendous satisfaction from serving our students, many of whom are first gen and coming from underserved communities. Finally, it's also important to me that UC Merced is designated as a Hispanic serving institution. Now, what does that mean? Well, colleges and universities in the US are designated as HSIs when 25% of their enrolled students are Hispanics. At UC Merced, Latinos are in fact the majority. They comprise 55% of our undergraduates. Nationally, only 16% of all colleges and universities qualify as HSIs, but get this, they educate 65% of all Latino college students. And we are very proud here at UC Merced to be a part of that category. But it's not just about enrollment. HSIs are known to have impact. For example, they increase access and success for Hispanic and Latino students, but they've also been shown to strengthen interracial relations among all students. They increase the academic performance of students of color, and they also increase the likelihood of graduation for our students. Within the UC system, we were the second UC campus to achieve HSI status, and we did that a number of years ago. And now 6 of the 9 UCs are HSIs. Now, how do we contribute to positive results? Well, you'll hear more about that later this evening because we have clubs, organizations, and events that are culturally relevant. We also create bridges to community organizations and events, and we celebrate the Hispanic cultural heritage. Our mission includes serving the Central Valley of California, and we draw many students from this area, as well as from the LA area and the Bay Area. Now, we're very interested in ensuring that you have opportunities academically. We also want you to develop your leadership skills, and we want to prepare you well, graduate school, for your career and for civic engagement. You may have heard that because of our side, and this is true, our students get to work closely with faculty. They get mentors who care about them and their future. And we work very hard to create an inclusive and welcoming environment. Our leadership is also diverse. For example, in addition to myself, our own chancellor, Juan Sanchez Munoz, is also Mexican-American. I think I've hit the 5-minute mark, but I do want to stress one thing. UC Merced is the newest UC campus. It is one of the most diverse. We care about inclusion, and I hope we're able to welcome you formally this fall. Go Bobcats. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Saenz. That was a wonderful way to kick off today. And we can go over to on the next slide. As I mentioned before, I am Jessica Teran Salazar. I'm the Ambassador Coordinator for the Office of Admissions. I'm UC Merced alumna, so I'm very honored today to speak to you all about UC Merced and just specifically highlight our Latinx community. I want to congratulate anyone who's joining us tonight who's been admitted to UC Merced or any institution. I'm a first-generation college graduate who immigrated from Aguascalientes, Mexico at a young age, so I remember how important that admission offer letter was. So I hope you take a moment tonight, if you haven't already, to really feel proud of this accomplishment. For the next part of the program, I'd like to share a little bit about UC Merced and what we have to offer here at our beautiful campus. So here on the screen, you'll see that we are located at the heart of California. Here located, right in between everything, UC Merced offers students the ideal location. We're about 2 hours away from Monterey, Santa Cruz, and San Francisco, as well as our state capital, which makes it a perfect location for weekend trips. We also have Yosemite National Park in our backyard. Some of our students conduct research and have completed internships in the park to take advantage of the proximity to nature and life and everything Yosemite has to offer. And it is here that in this prime location that we are building the future. We have about 9,000 students enrolled at UC Merced, and we're proud of the rankings that we've been able to accomplish so far. We are one of the top 100 universities in the nation, one of the top 100 universities of the nation, being number 42 among public institutions. We've been recognized as #1 university in the nation for the percentage of students who receive need-based aid, and number 17 for best undergraduate teaching in the nation, also placing number 12 in most transformative colleges. From an enrollment standpoint, our campus is a very tight-knit community. As mentioned, we have about 9,000 students, with about 8,000 of them being undergraduate students and about 700 of them being graduate students. This gives students an opportunity to connect with their peers, and this enrollment size is close to what you would expect from a private school. And here you can also see the breakdown of our schools. UC Merced has 3 different schools. Our biggest school is the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts, which 43% of our students are a part of. 30% of our students are part of the School of Engineering, and then 25% of our students are part of the School of Natural Sciences, with 3% of them being undeclared. From a demographic standpoint, we have a diverse campus. Breakdown, here you can see a breakdown of by ethnicities, and you can see that we are one of the most diverse campus in the UC system. 42% of our students identify as Hispanic, 20% as Asian, 10% as white, 8% as international, 4% as African American Black, 4% as 2 or more races, and then 1% as unknown or declined to state, and then less than 1% as Pacific Islander and American Indian. So here you can see, as I mentioned, that we have a pretty diverse campus. Just as UC Merced has grown over the years, so has the city of Merced. With nearly 9,000 residents, the city of Merced just continues to add places where you can grab coffee, dinner, or even pick up groceries. So last week we had a grand opening of a brand new grocery store here in Merced. Joysticks is another one of our additions to our growing downtown area. It's a vintage arcade center with that's full of dining options. It's a great place for students to hang out with their friends. When I was a student, I remember Lake Yosemite was also a popular place for students. It's about a 10-minute walk from campus, and there's plenty of space to do a carne asada, to play with a friendly round of volleyball, as well as rent a kayak. Here at UC Merced, we are committed to not only ensuring that our students have access to higher education, but also ensuring that they have the support they need to succeed as a student. I'd like to highlight a couple of the student support services we offer. One is being the Transfer, Returning, and Veterans Program, that's also known as TRV. This program is designed to cater to our non-traditional students. They offer academic support through peer coaching, and even offer a transfer success course that helps students transition to UC Merced as a transfer student. Our Fiat Lux program is an invite only for first-generation undergraduate students. With this program, students receive a holistic support system as well as a financial aid package of $100,000 throughout the scholar's 4 years at the institution. Another program is the Services for Undocumented Students, that with resilience, community, and support, their mission is to promote achievement of undocumented students in higher education. So they provide free legal resources for undocumented students at UC Merced, as well as their immediate family members. They also have a newsletter every other Tuesday, and in this newsletter, students can find upcoming events, programs, and other campus resources, as well as different internship opportunities. In addition to our student services, we also have campus-wide resources for students. So our Counseling and Psychological Services Office offers psychological and psychiatric services directly on campus, and their services include both individual therapy and different support groups. And then the last resource that I always like to highlight is the Student Accessibility Service Office. This office works with students and faculty to ensure that students are receiving the accommodations they need to be successful at UC Merced. In addition to supporting students during their time at UC Merced, we help students with what comes after their undergraduate studies. So the Center for Career and Professional Development is designed to support students whether they're planning to attend a graduate school or heading straight into their industry. Some of the services that they offer include individual coaching, job search assistance, interview and resume help, as well as interview networking opportunities. One of our resources that I also always like to highlight from them is their clothing closet. So this is a free rental service for UC Merced students, and their closet items include suits, jackets, skirts that students can borrow if they have interviews or other occasions where professional clothing is required. So if you've been to campus, you'll recognize this flyer because it can be found all over campus, around buildings, academic advisors' offices, libraries, etc. This flyer highlights UC Merced's different food resources. So we have the food pantry, which is a free service for undergraduate and grad students to pick up free groceries on campus. You can also use this flyer to find the Basic Needs website, which provide resources for students who are interested in applying to CalFresh, a federal nutrition assistance program. And then lastly, you can find more information about UC Merced's community garden, which offers year-round periodic harvest that is available for all students. We have almost 200 clubs and organizations. Some of those clubs include Ballet Folklorico, the UC Merced, which one of their members is actually one of our panelists tonight. So you'll have an opportunity to ask them questions later. Some of our other clubs and organizations include Central Americans for Empowerment, the UC Merced, Chicana Latina, Latino Council, Chicano Latino. In health education, Circle K Internacional, El Club de Español, Hermanos Unidas, Hermanas Unidas, Ingenieros Unidos. Lots of our students have been able to just find a sense of community through these clubs and through these organizations. Later tonight, we'll have the opportunity to hear from Latinx students and their experience here on campus. Now, with great honor, I would like to invite Alejandro Delgadillo, our Associate Director for Educational Equity and Access Programs, to join us to tell us more about UC Merced Latinx community.
Well, thank you, Jessica. I appreciate the introduction. As it was mentioned, my name is Alejandro Delgadillo. I'm the Associate Director for Educational Equity and Access. Many of the programs that Jessica was alluding to prior to are some of the programs that I oversee here at UC Merced that contribute to student success and student retention and students' eventual graduation. So I have the honor to congratulate you on your admission to UC Merced and welcome to UC Merced. I myself immigrated to the United States at the age of 3 from Ensenada, Baja California. So where I came and lived with my grandparents in Oxnard, California. My grandparents and my grandfather's brothers were migrant workers there in Oxnard in Ventura County. And that's where I grew up, eventually going on to college and receiving my undergraduate degree, and then eventually going on to graduate school to receive my master's degree in college university administration. But again, on behalf of our faculty, administration, staff, and most importantly, our students, I want to welcome you to UC Merced and again, congratulate you on your admission. Since 2005, when the university welcomed its initial class of over 800 students, it has become the newest research and teaching university of the new millennium. In the short time, UC Merced has become one of the top universities in the United States, a leader in technology, innovation, pre-health sciences, and more. UC Merced has graduated a long and distinguished list of graduates who have become leaders and contributors in their respective professions and in their communities. The university serves a diverse and vibrant student community, which students are 55% are Latinx students. So 55% of our students here at UC Merced are Latinx. 75% are first generation college students. 60% come from families that are considered low income, and 60% of our students come from families in which English is not their first language. UC Merced is one of 6 UC campuses, as Dr. Science was mentioning earlier, that has received the Hispanic Serving Institution designation, counting among the few highly selective research universities nationally to achieve this status. This designation expands efforts beyond the recruitment and enrollment of Latinx students, but contributes and ensures the retention, timely graduation, and postgraduate opportunities to attend graduate school or professional schools. We invite newly admitted students to participate in Bobcat Day. It was mentioned earlier on April 22nd, where you and your family will have the opportunity to engage with students, faculty, and staff and learn more about the varied opportunities that UC Merced will offer. Also remember to ensure that you get off to a good start and enroll in summer orientation, where you and your family will hear from current students and staff about what it means to be a successful Bobcat and receive valuable insight on how to make a smooth transition to UC Merced. At summer orientation, we offer 2 concurrent Spanish orientation sessions for families and guests. At summer orientation, you will also meet with your academic advisor and be able to enroll in your fall courses. Many students identify their family as their major source of motivation to succeed in college. Many of our students are asked, what is your main motivation? I want to make my family proud. Second, I want to get my education, get my degree, and go into my career so that I can help my family financially. These are some of the main motivators for our students here at UC Merced. With the majority of our students being the first in their family to attend college, they are assisted by a variety of programs and services to help them navigate through the university that foster academic and personal success. Such programs as the Field Lux Scholars Program that was mentioned earlier, which supports first-generation income-eligible students academically, financially, and personally during their 4 years here at the university. Services for Undocumented Students provides programs and service for over 600 undergraduate and graduate undocumented and mixed status students, and their families are also eligible to use these services. Though the smallest UC in student population, UC Merced serves the third largest undocumented student population in the UC system. The Guardian Scholars Program supports former foster youth and homeless youth. The Underground Scholars Program provides a pathway for incarcerated, formerly incarcerated, and system-impacted individuals into higher education. But this is just a brief list of programs and services for our students at UC Merced that fosters their success in and out of the classroom. In addition, there are services for students who transfer to UC Merced from a community college or a four-year university through the Transfer, Returning, and Veteran Services Program, which provides services unique to transfer and veteran students. I encourage students to explore and learn more about additional programs that will assist them during their time here at UC Merced, such as the ones I've just mentioned. Nearly 90% of students at UC Merced will return for their second year at the university. Much is attributed to the academic advising that students received during their first year through the Bobcat Advising Center that assists students in preparing to meet the academic requirements for both their major and for graduation. Each student is assigned an advisor to help guide the student through their academic program and explore experiences that will contribute to their professional development, such as research opportunities and internship opportunities here at the university. After the first year, students will be advised by a new academic advisor within one of the three academic schools here at UC Merced, such as the School of Engineering, the School of Natural Sciences, and the School of Social Sciences, Humanities, and Arts. With the assistance of their academic advisors, students will focus on their respective field of study in preparing for their career options after graduation. The relationship between student and advisor is one of the most important ones during the student time in college. That is why students should get to know their advisor early in their time here at the university. UC Merced also excels when it comes to helping students graduate at rates higher than expected. The university's graduation rate is a full 10 percentage points above national predicted rates, a differential that ranks UC Merced 11th in the nation. To assist students in their academic success, the university provides a series of tutorial programs to help a student's success in the classroom. Such programs are housed within the Peer-Led Undergraduate Learning Center, or the PLUS Center, which provides tutoring in subjects such as math, physics, biology, chemistry, psychology, and more. The STEM Resource Center and the Writing Center provide additional tutorial support. Each program provides well-trained tutors to assist students in their understanding of their respective subjects. Often a major concern for families is the cost of education. As it was mentioned before, UC Merced is ranked as the #1 public university in the United States for financial aid. In addition, the Blue and Gold Opportunity Program assists many families in making college accessible. As I mentioned before, relationships are important for students during their time in college. One very important one is the relationship between student and professor. Our faculty are leaders in their respective fields, leading many of the university's innovative research that contribute not just to the state of California, but to the world. These distinguished professors do not just serve as experts in their fields, but also as educators and mentors for many students. Often students may be a bit shy in initiating a conversation with a professor, but let me assure you that there is no greater advocate for a student than a professor who sees greatness in each of their students. I encourage students to introduce themselves to their professors, attend professors' office hours, ask questions, and more. It is estimated that 68% or more of students at UC Merced will engage in some form of research before graduating. Much of this is inspired by professors who encourage their students to pursue such opportunities. Professors at UC Merced like Mario Cifuentes, Zulema Valdez, Rudy Ortiz, Ariel Escobar, Tanya Gulash Bosa, Camila Alvarez, Paul Almeida, Marcus Garcia Ojeda, and more contribute greatly to student success through their mentorship and advocacy. My own success in college can be attributed to one Chicano professor who became a mentor for me and contributed to me becoming the professional that I am today. Explore opportunities beyond the classroom through the study abroad program, in which our students have studied in countries such as Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Chile, and more. The University of California offers qualified students from all majors the opportunity to spend a term in Washington, D.C. through the UC DC internship program. Students combine an internship of their choosing with academic courses taught by visiting UC professors and accomplished Washington professionals. Students can also enroll in the UC Center Sacramento program. UC Sacramento program provides an exceptional experiential learning opportunity for students. Students will have the opportunity to gain firsthand knowledge of California's public policy challenges and processes firsthand. Internship placements are tailored to students' background, experience, and career goals. One of the most admirable qualities of our students at UC Merced is their desire to contribute to their communities. Through the Center for Community Engagement, many students can be connected to programs and services that make a difference in the Merced County, from visiting elementary school children to being mentors to undocumented students in the local high schools, to advocating and working with our migrant education program in Region 3 of the state of California, as many of our students are engaged in giving back to the community. This reflects the value that many of our students have learned from their parents, their families, and their communities. Many students come to college not just to attain a college degree, but to prepare themselves to make a difference in the world. Our students understand the responsibility that comes with obtaining a college degree, and that responsibility is how they will make the world a better place and how they will enrich and enhance the life or the quality of life of another human being because of their education. The Office of Student Involvement oversees over 200 student organizations in which a student can be involved in at UC Merced. Some social, like for example, La Familia de UC Merced, which before was known as Hermanos Unidos, and Hermanas Unidos, another organization. Some performance organizations like Ballet Folclórico, some cultural like the Latinx Student Union de UC Merced y el Club de Español. Some professional like Ingenieros Unidos. Not only do these organizations provide a social network, but also foster leadership development, community service opportunities, and professional development, such, for example, attending national or regional conferences to help our young scholars to develop their professional networks. As a student, such organizations not only contribute to my own personal growth, but also provided a sense of comfort in being with a group of students that often felt more like family. The Office of Social Justice and Identity Programs strives to enhance the retention of our historically underserved students and to foster an inclusive campus environment for all our students by providing opportunities for holistic development, intersectional community building, and student advocacy. They oversee and support the Asian Pacific Islander Resource Center, Black Scholars Resource Center, LGBT plus Pride Center, and the Multicultural Center here at UC Merced. UC Merced is part of the world-renowned university system of the University of California. A student attending any of the 9 University of California campuses joins an elite fraternity of scholars known for innovation, creativity, social justice, and equity. As a University of California alumnus, I take a great deal of pride in being a graduate from the most prestigious university system in the world. But more importantly, I still can remember the pride in my parents' and grandparents' eyes as I graduated from college. I look forward to the day that you and your family share that same experience. I encourage you to participate in the Latinx commencement, in which our graduates walk arm in arm with their parents or family members. For on that day, it is indeed a family event. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to share with you this moment as you begin the next chapter in your educational journey. I wish you and your family all the best. And no se olviden que sí se puede. And thank you. So now I turn it back over to Jessica.
Thank you so much, Alejandro. And Alejandro has been a mentor to a number of students here at UC Merced, so we're so happy that you were able to join us tonight. I'd actually like to transition and invite our 3 student panelists who will be joining us for our student panel. Our first student who will be joining us is Addie.
Hi, everyone. My name is Addie. I am originally from Livermore, California. I actually am a transfer student to UC Merced. I transferred from a community college, and I love UC Merced because of the community and feeling and the support systems that are available here. And I have some campus involvement with being a student ambassador, as well as part of the undergraduate research here at UC Merced.
Our next panelist is Brian.
Hi everyone, my name is Brian. I'm from Napa, California, which is like up north, and I'm an econ major. So the reason I chose UC Merced was because when I first was applying to like schools in general, I feel like UC Merced like I tailored to UC Merced more because like how new it is and how like all the new facilities are, and I just generally really like new stuff, and I think that's why I chose UC Merced on top of like the many opportunities that are offered here at this school. Like I really emphasize this a lot, but during my time at UC Merced, I feel like there's been like a lot of opportunities that have opened up to me, and I just feel like UC Merced like will help you like get to those opportunities and your goals, whatever your goals are. And some of the campus involvement is I used to do the Ballet Folklorico Club, but I'm not currently active in it right now because I've been busy, but I'm looking to go back to it. I'm also involved in Alpha Phi Omega, which is a professional fraternity where we go out into the community and help the community through service. I'm also in a program called Management Leadership for Tomorrow, which helps you prepare for the workforce and helps you develop skills to be in a leader position. And I also recently completed my internship at Open Avenues. Thank you.
And then last but not least, Jacqueline.
Hi, everyone. My name is Jacqueline Osegueda. I'm from Terrell, California, which is here in the Central Valley. I'm expected to graduate in a couple of months, and I'm a double major in political science and Spanish. I chose UC Merced because just to make connections with faculty, like mentioned before by our pro staff, that the ratio to the students is pretty small compared to other universities. You actually have the opportunity to engage a lot more with your professor and connect with one another. And a lot of the time they'll know your name by the end of the semester. I also picked UC Merced because of its financial aid package. They were very generous in comparison to other universities. So that's another factor. My campus involvement is I work for, I'm a research assistant for the Center for Analytic Political Engagement, which is the CAPE Center. I'm currently doing research with one of the faculty professors in the political science department at UC Merced. I'm also part of College Corps, which is a program created by Governor Gavin Newsom, where lower income students are able to earn stipend by doing community service within your area. I'm currently focused on climate change at a local lake. I'm also a student ambassador here.
Thank you all. And I just want to take a quick moment to remind all of those joining us tonight that you can utilize the Q&A feature on your screen if you have questions that you'd like our panelists to answer here live. But to start us off, I actually have a question for all of you. And what does community mean to you, and where do you find it on campus?
I can start. I guess for community, what it means to me is like people that are willing to be there for you no matter what, and people that will like that are willing to like join you on your journey no matter like the obstacles you face, and no matter like the lowest of the lows they'll always be there for you. I feel like a community is people that are welcoming and that welcome you in open arms. And I feel like as like a new student, you can find that community starting from your dorm. I feel like I really emphasize this a lot, that you should start finding your community within your like roommates, because that's where I at least formed my first community with my roommates. I really got close to them. I really bonded with them. Definitely like get to know your roommates, and then from there, I feel like you'll get a lot of confidence to branch out to more communities. You'll be more comfortable, because I know like it's really like scary and like really terrifying when you when you first start off as a first year, because like you feel like people, if you feel like saying hi to people, they're gonna like reject that. Like, no, everyone's like really chill here. Everyone's really welcoming at UC Merced. So definitely start with your roommates. Definitely start to get to know them on a deeper level and make that friendship like good. And from there, you can branch out to other communities on campus, and you'll definitely like make a lot of connections and long-lasting friendships. Thank you.
I can go ahead and share it as well. For community to me means, like Brian emphasized, it could be really anywhere from the dorm. For myself, it would be in the classroom or even within my major. I've met a lot of people at UC Merced within my major, and I've made connections. And I've gotten some of my internships through connections of my fellow peers. Even community can even mean within a club or within the work environment. I'm a student ambassador along with Brian and Adeline, and I've formed a really close connection with my colleagues, and I really enjoy working there. So I consider that a community as well.
For me, community really means feeling that sense of belonging, and UC Merced really gives that to you by its diversity. Being able to find other people who look like me or actually have transferred like me has been great for me, since it doesn't make me feel out of place, and it definitely feels like UC Merced is my family, and I can reach out to people I meet here for any support that I need, especially faculty and any of my peers that I have met along the way.
Awesome. So our next question here is, who or what was the most helpful resource helping you get to UC Merced?
I can start off by answering that. I think one resource I would definitely recommend would be the Center for Advancement, which is the Career Center. I've been recently applying to jobs because I'm going to be graduating soon, and I've reached out to the Career Center, and they've been able to help me look over my resumes and my cover letters, and that's been really helpful. The turnaround time for that is very quick in my experience. And also, depending on your major, they assign you to a certain faculty member in which they can help you. So for example, if you're part of the social sciences, humanities and the arts, which is the Shaw, the School of Social Sciences, Humanities and the Arts, then you would be assigned to a specific person. And if you're part of the School of Engineering, you would be assigned to a different person, and so on. So it's really helpful. They give you great feedback. These people have great experience in looking at resumes and cover letters. And like mentioned earlier, if you need a clothing for an interview that's coming up, whether it be an internship or a job opportunity, they're available there.
For me, it would have to be the Student First Center. I remember when I was when I SIR, I was like navigating through like Connect and like all of these like links when you get admitted. I feel like the Student First Center helped me like alleviate that like stress of like knowing where to start, like what to do as a first year. I feel like the Student First Center is a great resource to answer all your questions. That's definitely one of the resources that has helped me through my journey on getting to UC Merced, and still to this day, like it still helps me because I have like a lot of questions and doubts regarding like different subjects, and I feel like the Student First Center helps you like answer any questions you really have regarding anything.
Awesome. And then we do have a question from one of our attendees today asking, if a family were to visit, where could they dine on campus? If one of you or two of you can go over what the dining options are here on campus.
I can start off. So one place I like to eat on campus is at the Pavilion, which is our main dining center. They offer a variety of different options on campus. And if you're gluten-free, if they're halal, if you're vegan, they offer those options, or they also offer meat options and so on. There's a variety every day. There's 4 different stations. There's Mexican, there's Italian, there's classic American, Indian. It's pretty limitless. And also we do have a great section for desserts. And we also do have soups, a salad bar, and a great variety. We also do have the food trucks on campus. I occasionally like to go there in between classes. My personal favorite is the hibachi. And so it's basically like a plate with like fried rice and like a protein, which would be like meat or chicken or so on.
Awesome. Another question from one of our attendees. what is a student ambassador? What made you interested in becoming a student ambassador? And would you recommend for students interested to apply?
So for me, being a student ambassador is doing like events like this, being able to connect with not only just the UC Merced community, but people who are interested in joining our community, as well as people who are looking to just going to college, to kind of support them in that way. I love being a student ambassador. I love being able to do these events, especially Bobcat Day, seeing tons of people come and experience our campus, as well as just be in awe and have all these questions about like, what is there to do at college? Like, what do you want to do and stuff like that. But for applying, I would definitely apply to being a student ambassador, but I would also just apply to most jobs on campus, being part of that campus community and finding that sort of job. And just it being on campus is a lot more accessible than having to probably find a job elsewhere in Merced. When being on campus, if you live on campus, it's easy. And as well as just sort of keeping you accountable. Like if you're on campus, you might as well go to your classes too, because you're already there. So that's why I love being a student ambassador.
Would anyone else like to add?
Yeah, sure. I'll add on. I think Addie summarized it pretty well. I think for me, being a student ambassador is such a great job. Not only do you get to do these panels, but you also get to visit K through 12 institutions. One of my personal favorites is going out to elementary schools and seeing the little kiddos and talk to them about UC Merced and higher education. I believe that it's never too early to learn about higher education, about university, college, and so on. They also get a great kick out of it, and they like to ask about the dorms, and they're very curious about it, and I really enjoy that, as well as going to, doing other panels, working Bobcat Day, like Addie said, that's really fun as well. But yeah, overall, I think if you can apply to being an ambassador, there's also the tour guides. We work closely with the tour guides as well, and that's really fun. Yeah, but there's an infinite amount of jobs on campus for students.
Awesome. As a college student, what are some strategies that have had the biggest impact on your success?
I'll go first. I think some strategies that I've used to like help me become successful is definitely like I've noticed like every semester, like I push myself to like challenge myself more. I feel like challenging yourself more, like it is scary, but it'll get you out of your comfort zone, like because you're not like living in comfort, you're gonna be living in uncomfort, which is needed to grow as a person. And I feel like challenging yourself is gonna definitely like put you in situations where you're gonna have to think and make decisions. And from those decisions, it'll help you like grow as a person, like personally. And yeah, I just think you should challenge yourself if you really want to like see yourself grow and like have success. Like, for example, like last semester, like I took like the usual 16 units. This semester, I'm taking like 20 units and like taking on like different programs to just definitely like push myself, challenge myself more, have more on my plate, but as well, like make sure to like take care of yourself and like have good time management as well. Because like it's good to like challenge yourself to like take on like these tasks, but it's also another thing to like do too much and like overwhelm yourself. But yeah, definitely challenge yourself. That's one of the strategies I've used throughout my undergrad so far.
Thank you. So we have another question here saying, as an MBE major, I'm eager to get involved with campus organizations. I've seen on Instagram that the Business Society is a popular organization. In addition, I saw a recruitment video for Alpha Kappa Psi. Would you recommend I get involved in these organizations, and how will they help me in my business career?
So I used to be part of a few organizations on campus. I used to be part of a social sorority, Phi Mu, here on campus. And I definitely recommend getting involved with whether it be Greek life or any other clubs or organizations on campus, because These organizations definitely benefit you in building the connections and networking that you need in the future, as well as I know from hearing from colleagues at school that these professional fraternities that some people are involved with definitely help you with career advancement, whether it be going to conferences, mock interviews, things as such. So I definitely recommend joining any of these orgs or clubs because they are beneficial to you, whether it just be for career development or social development.
Awesome. Another question here. What are the living options for students that have been admitted to UC Merced?
So some of the living options available at UC Merced. So of course we have different living options on campus. We also do have the brand new buildings near the administration center, which last year for Bobcat Day, we did have those open for tours. Those are some of the options. And then more specifically, we do have the single, the double, and the triple, and the quads. The more people to a room, the least expensive it's going to be. The fewer people to a room, it's going to be a little bit more. However, there's also options to go off campus, and we have Merced Station down the street, and then we also do have other apartments within the area.
Awesome. So we have another question here. What is the best time to come and visit UC Merced for potential students and parents to see the campus?
I feel like the best time to come to like visit UC Merced would be definitely in the summer because like, I mean, who doesn't love the summer? Like it's such a good weather in Merced. Like, I don't know, like personally me, like whenever like the sun like sets, like it's like so beautiful. And I feel like if you come during the time, like any time usually, but I would recommend like more in the afternoon just to see that sunset like set. It looks really nice. You could take like amazing pictures by the new beginning statue, and like anywhere on campus, literally anywhere on campus looks so nice when that sun sets. And yeah, definitely come in the summer because the weather, like it is hot, but like as long as you're wearing the right clothing, you'll like enjoy it. Like sometimes in the summer there's like a breeze. It just feels so good. Like just walking around campus. I don't know, it's awesome.
And then I have another question here. How would you describe professors at UC Merced? I know some of you mentioned being involved in research, so faculty, and then just overall in classes. How would you describe faculty?
One thing for faculty is I definitely always mention that no matter how like distant the faculty member may seem during lecture or anything like that, they're definitely there for you to succeed. They definitely want to see you succeed and are definitely there if you need to reach out for any support. As a undergraduate student who does research, my PI or faculty who is in charge of me is currently in the chemistry department. And I know his students are always coming to his office hours, and he's always there supportive and very much friendly and will listen to anything, whether it's to rant about how terrible chemistry is or it's your passion, whatever it might be. But he is definitely extremely supportive. And I've met a lot of other professors there who are extremely supportive of their students and just want to see the best from them.
I've personally also had a great experiences with the faculty and the professors here at UC Merced because it is a smaller class sizes. In most classes, you get to have a one-on-one with professors, go up to them after class and have a chat with them. They're open to chatting about anything. If you have trouble with, any homework or anything regarding the lecture, they're more than happy to meet with you. They always have office hours. As for research, I'm currently doing research with Professor Trunstein. It's regarding housing in the political science department. And, I've only started recently, but I've had such a great experience thus far. And there's different options you can really do research in any major. There's different options within SURF or within, that's just one of the options on campus to do research in. And they place you with great faculty, and they're all very supportive, very nice people with, great backgrounds and great stories. And it's so great to learn from them.
Thank you for sharing that. someone would like to know, what is the most challenging class you've taken and how did you overcome it?
Yeah, I think the most challenging class was like, ooh, it was Calculus 1. Yeah, Calculus 1 was something else. Like, I feel like for Calculus 1, like, I wasn't ready because like I was like too comfortable with pre-cal and I thought Calculus 1 was gonna be the same as pre-cal, but no, like it was not. It was so much different. It was so difficult. I didn't overcome it, but I really think it's important to like also realize where you failed. No, yeah, where you failed. I didn't overcome it during that semester, but I took that lesson for my next semester, which I ended up passing calc in the summer. So I took that experience, learned from my mistakes. I told myself what I was going to do. I reflected on it, like not to take it lightly because Calc 1 is really heavy. Like you should really take that class seriously. It's really hard. And yeah, from that experience, moving to the summer, I grinded. I like worked really hard, made sure like that I was like on top of my like work. And in the end, it paid off. And it was a good lesson in the end too. So when like even if you can't overcome a class, you should definitely take that experience and implement it during your journey so you will so you can grow and like learn from that mistake. Yeah, so there's like a lot of times where you can't overcome stuff, but you can also overcome it. But if there's times where you can't overcome it, it's okay. Like don't beat yourself up. Like it's not the end of the world. Like we're human, like we make mistakes. You can definitely like come back just like I did. Thank you.
All right, well, we're coming to an end to the student panel, and I want to close it off by asking, what is one piece of advice you'd give to your high school self? If you were watching this webinar and you're an incoming student, what would you tell yourself if you could go back?
For me, if I could go back to my high school self, is don't stress too much. Definitely put mental health. Mental health is very important, especially if you're going into a four-year university. That's something I didn't personally like think about when I was in high school, but once I got into because I'm a transfer, once I got to community college first, I definitely emphasized that and implemented that in like notes and like, okay, it's time to take a break. If you need to take a break, take a break. If you need help with an assignment and you're frustrated and it's affecting your mental health, please reach out. I can't emphasize this enough. The professors are more than happy to help you. The TAs, the teacher assistants, are more than happy to help you. That's what they're there for. So definitely take breaks and put yourself first.
As for myself, I think what I would tell my high school self is probably like, that's a hard one. Probably like be more like outgoing, like connect with your fellow like incoming classmates, because I feel like what you make of your experience is what you make of it. I feel like if you're like like putting that effort to like reach out to people, like meet new people, your like experience will go well. Like you'll definitely meet like a lot of new people, and that's what I didn't do like when I was first coming in, because like it's okay to be shy. Like I understand too, because I was also shy and pretty reserved when meeting new people and coming in. But I feel like what I would tell myself is to like give yourself a shot, shoot your shot, like meet new people, have fun with it, just be yourself. And yeah, that's definitely what I would tell myself, my high school self.
For me, I would tell my high school self that in the end, everything's going to work out. It's going to be okay. You don't need to stress about everything right now. I went to community college, so I didn't go straight to a 4-year. And one thing I always told myself is it doesn't matter where you start, because sometimes you might not start the best place you want to be, but it will all be worth it in the end. You'll end up at a great university wherever you decide to go. And whether it's the end of your journey, just getting your degree, or you continue to go on to grad school, it just will all work out. You will find out what you want to do. You'll find your passion, and you'll be the best person that you can be.
Thank you, Addie. And thank you all so much for sharing your experiences. I love hearing from students and just what their experience has been like at UC Merced. So thank you all for sharing. All right, so I'd like to end the night by reminding you all to please remember to, if you are ready to commit to becoming a Bobcat, you can submit your intent to register. You need to submit it by May 1st, 2023. You can access this by logging into your Connect platform, selecting undergraduate, and then clicking My Admissions. And then Bobcat Day. So Bobcat Day is our biggest event of the spring. So you can come to UC Merced to see it at its liveliest. You can take a tour. You can meet with faculty, attend presentations from each of our academic schools, talk to financial aid and admission staff, really discover all of the student clubs and organizations that we have because they will be out here tabling. We expect about 6,000 students. So if you want to know why you should choose UC Merced, we really recommend for you all to come join us. We'll have dance and cheer team, as well as our martial arts and band performing. And then our regional admission receptions. We have 4 scheduled, one in the Bay Area, in Santa Clara, Sacramento, Anaheim, and then LA. So we are excited to welcome our admitted students and their families or guests to join us at each of these receptions. You can hear more about all of our academic programs, our hands-on learning experiences, connect to faculty members, get the answers to the questions that you have, as well as talk to some of our students. Our student ambassadors will be there. So if you didn't get a chance to ask your questions, we really would like you to attend our receptions. And that brings our webinar to an end. I thank you all for joining us. Thank you so much to all of my colleagues that are working behind the scenes to make this all happen. Thank you all for joining, and we hope to see you at our next webinar, and we hope you become a Bobcat. Good night, everyone.